Okay, Rusty?
The peace of mind which the advanced teachers of God experience is largely due to their perfect honesty. It is only the wish to deceive that makes for war. No one at one with himself can even conceive of conflict. Conflict is the inevitable result of self-deception, and self-deception is dishonesty. There is no challenge to a teacher of God. Challenge implies doubt, and the trust on which God's teachers rest secure makes doubt impossible. Therefore, they can only succeed. In this, as in all things, they are honest. They can only succeed because they never do their will alone. They choose for all mankind, for all the world and all things in it, for the unchanging and unchangeable beyond appearances, and for the Son of God and His Creator. How could they not succeed? They choose in perfect honesty, sure of their choice as of themselves.
You know, during this election, I had the experience of talking to the TV and saying, they just tell a lie and then they tell it so many times that they believe it. And later in my meditation, I got, Bonnie, why don't you look at all the lies that you've told yourself and believed?
Well, that was an interesting teaching, wasn't it? It makes sense.
Well, I'm thinking the Holy Spirit's got, my point mentioning is that even if you want to lie to yourself, that when you really work this book, it's not an option.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes up.
Yeah, and we are, out of fear, the whole ego is considered the liar, because, you know,
Right.
the ego thought system is a lie about who we are. So when we believe in the ego thought system that all we are bodies that die and all this is what he's calling dishonest. We're lying to ourselves, but we're doing it on purpose. And we need to be forgiven for this, because otherwise we're going to be afraid that we've done some kind of crime by lying to ourselves about who we are. It's just what we do. And so that's why it's played out in our relationships and in the world. Lying is a tool we use to protect our ego identities, either as nations or as people in a family. We do this. This is a way to protect what I think. If I lie, what I think stays. If I tell the truth, it might be influenced. You know, meaning, if I tell the truth about where I am openly, someone else might influence it. If I lie, see, they can't influence it because they don't know what I'm thinking. They can't touch it. My thoughts are protected by the lie. And that's why it's so important to start. The mind training is all about being honest. And he says, honesty will speed you on your way. The more honest you can be about what you actually think. Now, the Holy Spirit can influence what you think. As long as you're hiding it from yourself and lying that you don't think it, it's safe. What you think about yourself or about anything, it's completely hidden and protected. That's why this is all about bringing stuff into the light, bringing your thoughts into the light. Once it's brought in the light, it's not like you have to change them. The light will influence you by going, see how silly that is, that you think that? Oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense. In the darkness, it makes total sense. In the light, you have influence. And that's the same thing with conversations or relationships. The more you can be real honest, the more each of you has the influence over each other's thoughts. But when you're like picking and choosing what you say and holding the things that you don't want touched, you know, because you want to be right about it. And if you say it, you might find out you're wrong. Isn't that the way it feels?
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. This honesty is so important, but it takes practice, because we use it to protect us because we're afraid, and protect what we think. And
Don't you think we're sometimes as honest as we are aware of what we think?
yes.
But it's just that our thoughts are so changeable in the ego. We may be honest, but my God, that can change in 12 seconds.
Yes, it's very important to realize that sometimes you think you're being honest, but it's because you are purposely, and this is it's not understandable at first till you do this mind training. You're purposely deciding not to notice those thoughts, because if you did and you're trying to be honest, you'd have to say them. So you strategically ignore certain things. You think, well, this is what I found out about because I have this honesty thing, you know.
Yeah.
Well, now I found out, oh, well, this is how I get around this.
Yeah.
I just don't notice I'm thinking that, so now I don't have to say it. Well, that was real good, because now I'm stuck with it.
There's this false honesty too, that passes for honesty. That's, I'm going to tell you just what I think about you. I think you're a big jerk and a stupid person, and what you did was really wrong. And I think I'm being honest in doing that. That's ultimate dishonesty, because the dishonesty is really, I'm condemning myself, and the projection is it's you. So that kind of honesty is not what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
honesty when you're not, when you share those thoughts with the belief that they're true, you're not honestly trying to have them changed,
Right.
You're honestly trying to establish that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which is dishonest because it's a belief, an ego thought. All the ego thoughts are lies, and that's why in the Bible it says the devil is a liar, the serpent is a liar, because see, these are all lies. Yet we bought into them, and we believe them, and we fight for them. Like you said, we'll sit and decide a son of God is guilty, and we have a whole list of why, and we're going to fight and defend our right to be honest about that.
Right.